Rolling Stone's owner just sued Google over AI answers. Penske Media, they filed a suit alleging Google AI overviews lift publisher content to answer queries. You don't really think about it, but I guess if you're the publisher content, this kind of screws you over, but it diverts the clicks and using publisher data to train AI without fair compensation. So the first major publisher suit targeting AI summaries directly. So this is actually pretty big news. One of the people that Tucker brought on was the mother of the OpenAI researcher who was sued, right? Allegedly, and this is a whole separate controversial aspect, but the whole reason and why I'm diving into this and how it relates to the Penske Media news is that he was worried about how OpenAI was going and training their models, taking without compensation all of the data on all of the internet. Because it's not like they went and compensated all of the people who had ownership or rights over all the data that was used to train the models. They just went and took it and did it. And this researcher, obviously making a fuss, it puts a huge dent in the plans of OpenAI. He ended up committing suicide, was the story, in his own apartment. And his mother, who's such a brave lady, went out and has been talking about how, hey, this is not he was not he was and pointing a lot of fingers. Where is that line drawn? These big companies that trained these models, they were all based on data that they did not necessarily directly compensate the people for, that they used to train the models. And here, this is that next step where it's saying, okay, you have Google doing its AI overviews on search. Great for the user experience, but hey, if we're the media company, you're pulling that from us, you're taking away clicks from us when we're the ones that created this, and you're not compensating us for that. You're also not compensating us for training your models. And I think that's a fair point. The answer to this question completely shapes the future of how these industries develop.